Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health. Financial empowerment opens doors to education for women and their children. With access to resources, women can ensure their children receive quality education, breaking generational cycles of poverty and fostering a more prosperous society. Join us every Tuesday for our Learn to Earn sessions, where we empower women through DeFi, providing them with the tools and knowledge to transform their financial futures. Empowering women, transforming communities. Together, we can make a difference. Join our Learn to Earn programs every Tuesday. Check our website. Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health. Financial empowerment opens doors to education for women and their children. With access to resources, women can ensure their children receive quality education, breaking generational cycles of poverty and fostering a more prosperous society. Join us every Tuesday for our Learn to Earn sessions, where we empower women through DeFi, providing them with the tools and knowledge to transform their financial futures. Empowering women, transforming communities. Together, we can make a difference. Join our Learn to Earn programs every Tuesday. Check our website. Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of One Health, a concept that recognizes the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health. For a baby to be born healthy, the mother's well-being is pivotal. Financial empowerment becomes a catalyst for this well-being, enabling women to afford nutritious diets, access healthcare services, and create an environment conducive to a healthy pregnancy and upbringing. Empowering women financially is a crucial step in disease prevention. With resources at their disposal, women can invest in better animal health care, improved cooking facilities, and hygienic practices, reducing the risk of disease. Financially empowered women can also invest in better sanitation, cleaner water sources, and improved housing conditions. This not only enhances immediate living conditions, but also contributes to long-term environmental sustainability and community health. Financial empowerment opens doors to education for women and their children. With access to resources, women can ensure their children receive quality education, breaking generational cycles of poverty and fostering a more prosperous society. Join us every Tuesday for our Learn to Earn sessions, where we empower women through DeFi, providing them with the tools and knowledge to transform their financial futures. Empowering women, transforming communities. Together, we can make a difference. Join our Learn to Earn programs every Tuesday. Check our website. Welcome to African Women in Decentralized Finance Faucet. In Africa, women play a critical role in driving social progress. They not only manage households, but also contribute significantly to economic activities, often in informal sectors. Despite their invaluable contributions, over 60% of women remain unbanked, facing obstacles in accessing financial tools and resources. Women are the custodians of
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our today's session. This being the third session of Circle 4. So today we'll be looking at Actuate tokens and the college women. So thank you everyone for joining this session. So let me briefly take you through our agenda for today. So our topic master for today will be Ogwel Guya. And then after the topic presentation, we'll have the additional notes and comments by our own CEO of Actuate Biomedicine, Dr. Masharia Waruingi. And then after that, we'll have the interactive question and answer session between members. I encourage you to be active during this period. So after that, then I'll have the closing remarks. So yeah, thank you once again for being here. So allow me to welcome our topic master, Ogwel. Ogwel, you are welcome. Okay, sorry, Ogwel is not here. Yeah, he has said he is having some internet issues. So meanwhile, let me take you through the topic as we wait for him. So today we are going to dive into a transformative topic, the Actuate tokens and the college woman. So I'll break it down by answering three essential questions, which are: what are Actuate tokens? Why should college women care? And how can these tokens empower women in education, careers, and financial independence? So we'll start by what are Actuate tokens. Actuate tokens are digital assets based on blockchain technology and part of a larger decentralized finance ecosystem. They are designed to reward participation, learning, and contribution to platforms like Actuate Biomedicine. Simply put, they act as a form of digital currency or asset that you can earn, hold, and use within specific ecosystem. And then we have key features of Actuate tokens. And the first feature is decentralized. Decentralized simply means no central authority controls them. The other feature is earnable, which is EARNABLE. You can acquire them by engaging in activities such as learning, participating in events, or contributing to DeFi platforms. The other third feature is spendable. They can be used for various things like accessing resources, staking in DeFi platforms, or being converted into other cryptocurrency. The other subtopic we are going to look at, why should college women care? College women are at a critical point in their lives where education, career planning, and financial independence converge. Actuate tokens can empower them in several ways. First one, earn while you learn. So imagine being rewarded for your education, not just with grades, but with real financial assets. Actuate Learn to Earn programs allow you to earn tokens for expanding your knowledge in cutting edge fields like blockchain, AI, DeFi, and health technology. The second point is financial inclusion. Traditional finance system often creates barriers for women, especially students. With Actuate tokens, college women can engage with financial services directly, whether through staking, lending, or other DeFi option. The other third point is empowering your future. Actuate tokens help you start building a digital assets portfolio early in your life. This offers you the chance to enter the crypto space, learn about financial management, and accumulate wealth before you even start your professional career. The third subtopic we're going to look is how can Actuate tokens benefit college women? Now that you have covered what Actuate tokens are and why they are important, let us discuss how you as a college woman can leverage these tokens for personal and professional growth. Number one is rewarding your learning journey. Actuate's Learn to Earn programs allow you to earn token as you complete educational modules. These modules cover topics like blockchain, DeFi, and sustainable health, making sure you gain relevant knowledge while also building wealth. The second point is participation in decentralized finance. With Actuate tokens, you can participate in DeFi, giving you access to financial tools such as staking, lending, and even earning interest on your holdings. These help you build real-world experience in managing digital assets. The third point is creating financial independence. Actuate tokens provide a low barrier entry into the world of investing and wealth creation. By accumulating tokens during your academic career, you build a financial safety net that you can leverage in the future. The fourth point is supporting social good. By using Actuate tokens, you can contribute to initiatives that align with social causes like One Health, education, and sustainability. These allow you to make a difference while earning financial rewards. We are going to look at practical application for college women. And the first one, we have access to exclusive resources. Token holders gain access to educational resources, events, and professional networks within the Actuate ecosystem. And then the other point is networking and career development. Through the Actuate network, you can connect with leaders in blockchain and DeFi, opening doors to career opportunities. In conclusion, Actuate tokens are much more than digital assets. They are a key to unlocking financial empowerment, educational advancement, and professional growth for college women. By embracing these tokens, you can take control of your financial future, acquire valuable skill, and contribute to a global solution. Yeah, so thank you. Let me check if Ogwell is already in the meeting. Yeah, since he's not already in the meeting, so yeah, that's my presentation on Actuate token and the college women. So with that, allow me to welcome the CEO of Actuate Biomedicine, Dr. Macharia Waruingi, to give his additional remarks regarding the topic. Meanwhile, you can be sending your question regarding the tokens and how to participate or acquire them. So thank you, everyone. Daktari, you are welcome.
Okay, can you hear me? Well?
Yes.
Okay, well, great, thank you. Well, Mr. Well is not with us today, so we got to do on our own. Mr. Well, where did you go? Lost it. Anyway, college woman. College is where a lady transitions from a girl into a woman just through the journey in college. That time happens so fast. And is first of all, Dolphin, thank you so much for doing this. And you have had that is, I think, is a storm. That time transition stage is very tough, where you're balancing education, career planning, and family. Because it's just through college that a woman will meet spouse, get married, and start having family. Yeah. Well, so create partnership. So those years of college are have an impact to the rest of the life of the woman. Can you believe that? Because all the knowledge you gather in college has direct implication to the outcomes of life for yourself as a woman, and let's even for a man. And so if you are not careful in that age, that's usually between in the 20s, let's say 20 to 30, then you can never recover. Talking about seriously, because you can get debased and then you lose your base, and then it becomes very difficult to find that base again. So it's a place where you want to approach with great caution. Unfortunately, the system we have created for ourselves does not guide young women or even young men to go through that transition. You don't have it. It's so tough to see. And that's why a lot of young men, young women, when they're going through that stage, eventually make mistakes and they end up very lost in the wilderness. It's called the wilderness of life. So it's a place where it takes a lot of understanding. But on your own, you cannot understand it, because nobody understands the phenomenon while inside it. So, for example, if you're inside something, like you're inside water, you cannot understand it until you get out. Then you see, oh, it was an ocean. If somebody threw you in a mass of water, you would not know whether you're in an ocean, a swimming pool, or in a river, or even in a dam, until you're outside and standing outside there and you're looking at it and say, oh, that mass of water is a lake, like Lake Naivasha. So it's the same thing that this every stage in life, when you're inside the phenomena like that, a transition stage, you're like in an ocean, but then you cannot recognize it because you're inside it. That's just a natural thing that nobody is able to understand the phenomena while inside. And so it requires someone from outside to give perspective so that you can see in what ocean am I swimming and how do I do. This ocean requires you to make very critical decision about your education. You know, the choice of subjects you study in school, how much effort you put from each subject. And then that determines your career path, because if your subject you're studying are different from your career goals, then you know you're misaligned. And that is supremely dangerous. I tell you, for example, when I was in college, before even I went to college, I was thinking that I'm going to become a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer because I knew people who were lawyers, and I thought they were very cool people. I wanted to be among the cool people, to be like a lawyer, because all my uncles were lawyers. But I could not understand the subjects that are required for you to go to law. For example, the art subjects. Yeah, I couldn't remember dates. I couldn't understand history. History was so bad for me. If it was just like a mass of dates, people like Saidi Baragash, Shaka Zulu, all that nonsense. Why do I need to remember all that? In fact, they didn't even ask why. I just could not remember them. So history, I was getting zeros, grade F all the way. But then I wanted to be a lawyer. I also could not understand CRE, religion. For you to go to law school, you needed to understand religion. That thing gave me so much headache because I couldn't remember what Luke said compared to what Matthew said, compared to what John said, compared to all that. The New Testament, let alone the Old Testament, which is full of scary people who are slaughtering each other. You know, wars upon wars upon wars. And then you need to remember that. So let's say all these things that all the subjects that are required for you to go to law, I was getting zero. But then I was trying to sit down saying, I told my teachers I want to be a lawyer. And then it is my teacher who pulled me out of his class. He told me, get out of here, go away. You don't belong here. Mhm. Yeah, and I'm glad he did it because I ended up doing biomedicine, because I was actually very good at it, but I did not believe that I was good at it. You see, there was a mismatch between what I aspire, what I hope for, and what I actually could do. I was very good in biology, but then I wanted to be a lawyer. So if I didn't have someone to come and point to me and tell me, listen, my friend, you cannot come to he actually told me, you cannot come to my class. I was getting zeros and Fs. So he said, you don't want failing students, get out of here. But then he told me, go and do biology. Okay, that's where you belong. So, but then that time, nobody tells us about finance, even saving money, because eventually it's all about money. How you begin saving money for your life so that you can. And I think this is a kind of a conspiracy. When we are very young, when you should be knowing things, nobody tells you anything about money. And yet you're supposed to have money. So I think then young people, whether they're teenagers or people in college, they think that money is a subject for their parents. Yeah. And their parents, nobody told them anything about money. They thought that money was a subject for their parents. And then all of a sudden, they find themselves in the same situation as their parents were. They have completely clueless. They don't know anything about money, investment. And so that's the way it is, because there was nobody telling them the importance of money in your life. What is it? What is money? And that begins by understanding how you get it, how you accumulate it, and even how you use it so that it doesn't disappear. And what's the connection, the relationship between money and your education that you're receiving, the relation between money and your career that you're preparing with that education that you're receiving. Mhm. And the relationship between money and the family that you're going to create. Another thing that is intensely shocking for all of you young people, you want to know that although it requires much more knowledge than a PhD to run a family, to get married, have a husband, and even have a spouse, and then have babies and take care of them, you need more knowledge than the knowledge they can train you in college. Yeah, it's very knowledge intensive, because how do you know what the other person is thinking without training? If you go for so many years in college to get a degree just to learn something like how to operate a machine, yeah, in your own career, why is it that there's no college that teaches people how to become good husbands, or good wives, or good family members? Nobody. That one is taken for granted. And because of that, people struggle so much. That's why the family itself, the idea of family is an entity, it's a living entity, just like a tree or whatever else. A family is an entity. And that entity is formed when two people come together, then they create a third thing, which is called a child, and more third things, so they have more children. So that family is one comprehensive entity, but people don't understand it. And then what's the relationship between that comprehensive entity and money? So this is what you call a perfect storm, the storm that is brewing from education, from career, from family, and it brews up like a storm in the ocean that if it brews so hard, it can destroy your life. That's why it takes extreme, it requires extreme attention to pay attention to its own detail. Because I have seen it, and if you're not careful, it can destroys everything you're trying to create. So when you're building on one side, then it's destroying on the other side. It's a phenomenon. So it's a storm, just like you have a storm in the ocean. So there's a way to go through such a storm. A storm is not permanent. A storm is not, you could say, it's not universal. A storm comes and goes. And storms come because of changes in movements of air. And so movement of things in your life creates storms. So the way you're moving through education, through your career, through your family, creates storms. What I want to tell you, that the storm is not an absolute, it does not follow an absolute law. That storm is not there. The storm is not there every day. So storms come and go. How you survive through the storms is first of all by understanding that. Because there are two laws that govern life. There's one law known as law of the absolutes. And then there's another law that known as law of the relative. Relative things come and go. And these are the ups and downs of life. But absolute things are permanent. They don't go, they don't change, they're unchangeable. So these things, they think, say for example, education you get is permanent, it's gonna be with you. Like for example, the way you have your name, your identity is permanent. You cannot even change your DNA. So, but the education that you get puts you in a permanent situation that is going to give you access to the economic sphere. That means gives you access to life, becomes a source of life, and then supports your career. So career itself is a product, it's not permanent, it keeps on changing. So it keeps on changing. You have to be, career is relative depending on the level of education you have. But then you can continue adding education. So knowledge becomes the base, career is relative. Now, family is permanent. Because once you create a family, you cannot uncreate it. For example, if you have a child, you cannot return it. It cannot be like Job saying, "Oh, I wish I could have returned to my mother's womb." No, that was Job crying, lamenting. So family is permanent. But then the challenges that go inside the family or in a relationship between husband and wife, they are not permanent. They are relative. Now, those challenges that are relative, whether you're going through life, your career, your education, they are known as the undertow. The undertow of life is what tries to pull you back. And it's the undertow might look like a permanent thing. It looks like permanent and it's discouraging you, making you feel like now your family is collapsing, it doesn't exist. Remember, it's an undertow. It's not real. It's relative. So it's trying to pull you down to the abyss, to the bottom, which is, it obeys something called the law of rhythm. So the undertow is like in an ocean where you find the storm goes and then it comes back, goes and then comes back, goes and then comes back. Now, what is causing that storm to go and come back, even when you have big waves, ocean waves, going and coming back, is because there is a current that is underneath, which is known as the undertow. It's called undertow because it's towing you back. It's towing you back, and then it pulls you back all the way, deepest point to the bottom. But then it rises up again and comes back to the shore. That's what you see. It's called the ebb and flow. Ebb and flow is not permanent. I just wanted to put that as an introduction to understand the college woman is the one who is facing the greatest ebbs and flow of life. What I want to tell you that those ebbs and flow are not permanent, and they should not distract you from staying focused to the absolute. The absolute is getting your education. Okay, that's absolute. So you don't get it. You don't stop going to school because there was a problem at home in the morning, or you don't cancel all the classes. Number two, the career itself, you don't mess up your career because of other problems that are happening. So this thing absolute, and then you don't destroy your family because there's some disagreement. See that? These things are called absolute. Those three things, you could say that those are the three legs of the three-legged stool. It's like a pyramid with three, a pyramid with three legs so that it can become stable. And when you're there, at the center of it is money, the economy. Because nobody talked about it, it's like, what is the role of money in all that? It's very important because money, of course, is a substrate that we use for making life good. Yeah, because life is not possible without money. And that's why now Actuate token comes into play right away. And the earlier you understood the Actuate token, the best for you. First of all, it's decentralized, it's accessible, and you are able to learn from it from any age. This is not now a secret where learning about money has become like a secret. What's called what do people call such secret clubs? Like people meet at night, which is what they were doing. They would just meet at night in these hidden societies, secret society. So that is only for a few who are called the initiated. Yeah, no, Money is a subject that everybody should learn. It's not just for the initiated. That's what they say. That's the word they use in secret societies. Okay, so but then people cannot learn money if you're not talking about it. But now, as a young woman in college, you have access to all the tools of learning about money. In a traditional system, you would only learn about money if you're going to become a banker. Even bankers themselves, you will go to the local bank there, say like Kenya Commercial Bank, and you ask the guys there who are, who are your bank tellers anything about money. They have no clue what it is. It becomes a very transactional thing because money has been shrouded with some mystery, like only to be understood by the initiated people in the secret society. This is not secret. In the decentralized system, like Actuate itself, is decentralized and the knowledge of money becomes universally accessible. Because money is the one that holds these three absolutes together. We have said education is absolute, family is absolute, your career is absolute because it is life, and life is absolute. You understand that? Life is not relative. It's not like a fight that you have a day, then the next day it goes away. It's not like that storm. But life tends to be pulled down by the undertow, and the undertow can make you think that the undertow is life itself. You know, in Christianity, they call that the devil. The devil might make you believe that he's one in charge or Satan. He's lying. The undertow is not absolute, it's relative, it's just going to come and go. Just brings. So you want to understand that life is absolute, family is absolute, your education is absolute, and career is absolute. Okay? But there's one substance that holds all those things together, which is called money. And understanding money, particularly as a woman, is very, very important. I would think that in the traditional way, just where understanding money is not emphasized, even for people in money, working with money like bankers, they actually have no clue what money is all about. Many of them. I'm not saying about all of them. Many of them do not have an idea. I think their work is just counting the banknotes and telling you, okay, you have 100 shillings. They don't know what it's all about. But then think about women who are actually unbanked. They're actually excluded from the banking system itself. They did not know what money was all about. Although they use it. But you see, that has to go away because finance or money has become decentralized. Decentralized using the blockchain. Now see the actual token comes in, becomes this substrate that holds these three absolutes together. And these three absolutes, I want to tell them they're absolute because if you mess up with your education, then you're messing up your own life. Mess up your career, you mess your own life, mess family. You cannot return the family where it came from. So its family is permanent. So you also messes up with life. But then how do you take care of that as a young woman? First of all, learn Actuate token from the word go. Learn about the wallets. Relentless. Be very relentless in learning about the wallets themselves and what the wallets do, what we have talked about many times. And we're never going to stop talking about these wallets, where you keep the money, because the wallet, as we say, is the gateway to your money. The gate you need to go through in order for you to access the money. And this money is not just money. You're going to it gives the gateway, like what we talked about, I think on Saturday. Was it on Saturday? We are calling it gateway to Wonderland. Like Alice, remember? Alice going to Wonderland. That's the gateway to Wonderland. And so that is the wallet. And you're getting this wallet for what? To get Actuate tokens. Remember, Actuate token will give you incentives. First of all, the incentive you receive for participation, for doing the work you already do every day. So you get rewarded for that. But while you're at it, go to Wonderland and learn what is going on there. For example, things you learn in Wonderland include include pancake swap, go there and accumulate as many tokens as possible. So you learn about investment, investing in your future. So accumulating tokens is one thing. That is buying tokens by swapping from one token to another. You start building your assets. Assets. And because you're going to do that because you're already going online all the time. You're out there on Facebook, you're Instagram, doing things that don't build your assets. Okay? Instagram, you got to meet people, you socialize. That's social stuff. It's nothing wrong with socializing. But then you want, as well, you're socializing. Remember, those things are not permanent. Those things are not absolute. They are relative. Social networking is just relative. It's going to come and go. But money itself, your assets are absolute. Okay? So go and accumulate Actuate tokens in the liquidity pools. Swap, buy tokens. And then while you are at it, create liquidity pools. Then while you're also there in one, that's what the place you're calling Wonderland. While you are in Wonderland, no other things about staking. Because you're a college woman, you're learning things that are not taught in college because the traditional education system doesn't want you to know about money. Can you believe that? That's the whole thing. This is a conspiracy that wants to exclude you from knowing about money, because if you know about money, I don't know what the conspiracy is all about. That nobody talking about money, about investments, how you even save your own money, they don't want you to know. But why should you care about them? It's about them. Care about yourself. Be in the know as a young woman. So as you're getting educated, learn about investments and go to Pancake Swap or even other places like Sushi Swap, like Uniswap, and learn how they work very well. And of course, you want to be very systematic about it. You want every day. I think what just like you do in school, you want to be doing your homework. You create a calendar. Say today. I mean, every week you say every day you have to spare about 1 hour just going exploring things in Wonderland. The Wonderland here I'm talking about is getting through your wallet, such as MetaMask or even Trust Wallet. Through your wallet, you get inside and learn everything that is inside that wallet. On Saturday, you saw we talked about the MetaMask snaps. The snaps here. So those are applications that have got access to MetaMask. The team at MetaMask has created beautiful applications for you. So go and learn about them. Did you know that if you did that every day, you set aside 1 hour to go and learn those things on your own, instead of spending a lot of time on Facebook, because let me tell you, the time you spend on Facebook, chatting with people, 1 hour will pass very quickly. And I'm sure you've passed lots of hours chatting on social media, which is not adding to any knowledge for you. It's not adding to any education. So you want to dedicate 1 hour every day on your financial empowerment. Because you're a college woman, use that energy of being in college to educate yourself about money. And you will see that you'll be at the front of the competition when you have understood about money. But you're doing this in service of what? In service of your own career development. Because when you have money, you feel very empowered to choose the career you want very well, but of course with great advice. And then as you're doing it, you are doing it to build your family. Remember, again, I want to emphasize this because there's a lot of problems now with young people at that age, that working, making a family becomes extremely hard job. And I say it's not an easy job. The knowledge about running a family, making a family is not easy. It's equivalent to having a PhD, okay? But then there's no PhD for being, a mother, or for PhD for being a father, or PhD for being a spouse. There isn't. Nobody is doing that. So just like there's nobody teaching you about money, nobody teaches you about how to be a husband, nobody teaches you about how to be a wife, nobody teaches you how to be a mother, nobody teaches you how to be a brother or a sister. So family is left on its own. Maybe there's some people who do that in religious organizations, in faith-based organizations. Probably you get counseling there. But as you're doing these things for yourself to understand money, it's not so that you can destroy, but so that you can build. You can build your family. And you have to be very patient with other family members if they come in and they do not have this understanding. First of all, know that nobody has taught them, so they do not have understanding. So, because you'll be ahead of them, don't be angry with their ignorance. Don't allow their lack of knowledge burn you or destroy you. Remember, their lack of knowledge is not permanent. That is something that can be cured by you being patient and teaching them. But teaching them nicely so that you offer them nice lessons so that you can live in harmony, harmonious teaching. So, but what I would like to emphasize is that experience the wonderland, the wonder of the Actuate token by going into that place where you want to understand how decentralized finance works. We have talked about getting the tokens, buying them from the liquidity pools, swapping for yourself, and then creating liquidity pools yourself. You create liquidity pools with your own tokens, which you have obtained. And then what are you going to do? You learn about staking out there. How do you stake? And learn about lending, which you can actually lend other people your own tokens so that they pay you with interest. So they're lending, say like where you have either MetaMask or Trust Wallet, they are lending platforms. Because this is open space, decentralized finance. If you study those things every day and you're working actually tokens, then you'll be learning how to do all that, all those things. And then learn about what? Learn about borrowing. How do you borrow? Yeah. So borrowing, and you see by spending setting time every day, and nobody's gonna give you an exam. The exam is for your own success. You find your own personal success. Just like nobody gives you an exam about a family. You never go to any family and they give you a PhD of family, of being a father, or being a mother, or being this or that, or being a brother or sister. Oh, see, you have worked it so well. Now you've got 10 points for a brother, for being a brother. Yeah. So there's no points for you. Now, how do you get rewarded for that? You reward yourself with knowledge. The knowledge is the one. So I think there's something wrong with our system that we want to be given points for what we have done by somebody else, outside somebody, instead of getting the knowledge for our own points. That the knowledge is going to help you advance. Why is that? Why is it that as human beings we want points? For example, when a cow is producing milk, let's talk about a cow producing milk, and then human beings come and milk it. The cow is not producing. The cow is not producing milk so that it can get credit or points from somebody. Yeah. So if cow can produce milk without anybody giving it credit, why is it as human beings we do not want to invest in ourselves because we are waiting for somebody else to give us credit? It is the learning itself It's the learning process that is going to give you credit. Mhm. The learning process gives you credit. Yeah. So I think that's what I would like to say about all those things. And I think this is a very very trying time. I mean, this transition period for young women in college and needs to be very carefully managed, very well understood. But remember, those three things we have said are absolute. There's family, there's career, and there is education. And then inside those things, there's one substance, which is called money, which nobody talks about, which you now have the opportunity to learn by having the actual token. And I said it's a gateway to Wonderland, as we talked on Saturday. And that Wonderland is where you go and get tokens in the liquidity pools. You create liquidity, you do staking, you do borrowing, you do lending, and all those fantastic stuff that you do in Wonderland. You see, as we said, take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Yeah, follow the white rabbit. That is the message. So all the young ladies out there, follow the white rabbit. Yeah. So I think that's what I would like to add about that and tell you that first of all, the work of the young lady is very, very important, most significant work, because after that, say like now after that you start seeing the fruits of your labor, which is nice, happy little children, which are very, very exciting. And of course, nice family. And then they grow up, they become teenagers, they become wealthy. As the motherhood sets in, then all the knowledge that you worked on during your college years comes back and helps you a lot to cope with motherhood, to cope with dealing with teenagers, so that you can teach them all these important lessons, and then to cope with even them when they start looking for spouses and get married. They want to get married. So this is the base, the formation. People call it the formative years of your life. So you want to use those formative years very, very judiciously. And you want to make sure that you're understanding finance. Finance for women is decentralized finance. So that's why Actuate token is the token which is going to teach you decentralized finance for women, DeFi. Okay, so thank you so much. Back to you, Dolphin.
Okay, thank you, Daktari, for those words of wisdom. Yeah, and also elaborating us on family as an entity. And also, yeah, at least I've learned that a law of relative is where things come and go, and law of absolute is that something is permanent. Like, for example, a family is permanent, while the challenges in a relationship are relative, which means they come and go. So yeah, thank you. And also regarding about wallets and also about liquidity pool, yeah, you can go and learn on our YouTube channel. I've pasted the link on our YouTube channel. There are very nice videos on issues about wallets and also how to create liquidity pools. And also, if you are here and you do not have a wallet address, you can DM me, and yeah, I will assist you on how to create a wallet address. So thank you, Daktari, so much for those words of wisdom and also expanding on our knowledge on our topic for today, which is Actuate token and the college woman, of which we have realized during a period of when a woman is in a college period, there are so many ups and downs. So thank you so much. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Yeah, even regarding the wallets and also liquidity pool, yeah, feel free to ask. As I'm waiting for your question, allow me to welcome Diana Mondi to kindly give a brief announcement regarding the Actuate Biomedicine Nairobi Summit. Diana, you are welcome.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to take you guys through the summit announcement. So the summit is going to, the Actuate Pre-Boston Nairobi Summit is going to take place on December 3rd to 6th. And the theme is going to be using blockchain, DeFi, and AI to improve wealth and human development. And the venue is going to be at Kenyatta University. So you can come and register, book a booth, and also you can come as a sponsor. And the purpose of the summit is going to be to gather stakeholders of blockchain, DeFi, AI, health and human development in Africa to discuss how blockchain, DeFi and AI produce health and human development. So you can go to our website and register as an attendee. You can come to the summit as an attendee. And for you to come as an attendee, there's a certain fee that you need to pay, which is $150. So you can secure your spot today. You can pay $150 so that you can come to the summit as an attendee. And remember, during that time, let me say if you come as an attendee, you can go to our website and read the program the way they are indicated. You can also come as an exhibitor. If you come as an exhibitor, you need to pay an exhibitor booth fee, which is $1,000. And the benefit that you'll get if you come as an exhibitor is that you will have a prime booth location where you'll secure a prominent space on the conference floor to showcase your products and services. You'll also benefit from the conference, extensive marketing reach, and attract a steady stream of potential customers. And you'll also receive a benefit of networking. And the reason why you should also exhibit is that so that you can gain industry exposure, also so that you can network with key decision makers, and also you should exhibit so that you can reach a targeted audience, and you can also exhibit to generate qualified leads. Yeah, so you need to pay $1,000 for you to come as an exhibitor. You can also come and conduct a workshop at the summit. And also you can come as a sponsor to the summit. We've got different packages and opportunities for sponsorship. Number one is a title sponsor who pays $100,000. Then we have a diamond sponsor who pays $10,000. Then we have a platinum sponsor who pays $7,500. Then we have a gold sponsor who pays $5,000. Then a silver sponsor who pays $3,000. Then we have a bronze sponsor who pays $1,000. So remember, if you bring in a sponsor, the deal still remain where you get to receive your 5% commission of fee, depending on which type of a sponsor that you'll bring into the summit. And each and every sponsor have got their own benefits depending with the amount of fee they're going to pay while attending the summit. If you go to our website, actuate.bio, you can go and go through the sponsors benefit. If you know any company or anyone who can sponsor the summit, they can go and register at our website so that they can come as a sponsor. And also, when it comes to the speakers, I've got variety of speakers and a lot of speakers who are going to attend the summit. So a lot of people are going to be there at the summit, and it is going to be a remarkable summit. Yeah. You can also come. Also, another one, you can also come to the summit as you can come to present your poster where the winners will receive grants to commercialize the innovation and also to present their work. at the Actuate Summit in Boston coming next year. So there are guidelines for the poster competition. If you go to our website, they are well indicated. You can go through them. Yeah, so let us register, secure your spot before the time is over. Still have got chance to bring in exhibitors, the sponsors, come and do your poster presentation. Yeah, also you can come as a speaker. Yeah, and that's all I have for the announcement, and back to you, Dolphin.
Okay, thank you, Diana, for that summit announcement. Yeah, as Diana say, yeah, you should go and register. Yeah, go on our website and you'll find the link to register. Yeah, and also you can find the link to our partners. Yeah, to our partners, and also for the summit speaker, get to know them. Yeah, so is there any question? Okay, Doctor, if you have anything to add regarding the summit, do you have anything to add?
Yes, okay. So for the summit, yes, what we want to encourage everybody to come to the summit. Of course, Capture is going to be a venue for deep networking so that you can meet people. We can learn all this good stuff. Particularly, you learn a lot about the actual token itself. So today we are talking about the actual token in a live format. Again, make posters, make a poster, which is going to give you access to a lot of good stuff. I mean, talking about the keys that hold you, that gives you access to Wonderland. So the summit is where you're going to experience that Wonderland, in real life on the ground. Because a lot of people are very excited about it. I know you're also very excited about it. We're having every day very deep, profound conversations with many, many different people who know about the summit. They're talking about it. Yeah. So what I would say is that you keep on keeping on. Of course, as we have been saying here throughout, you have the possibility of earning money for bringing sponsors yourself. Yeah, because there's so many companies, you can bring them in, and there's no reason you should not, because when you bring them in, that's where the networking begins. Okay, so let me say, I don't want to add too many things about the summit. You already know have a lot, but this information about the summit is available on the website. So you go to actuate.bio, www.actuate.bio. Then you go to Nairobi Summit and look for any information you need. You get there. If you cannot get there, write to info@actuate.bio with questions to us. What do I get this or that, so that we can get moving. Okay. So everybody's working very hard to produce the summit to make it a very wonderful experience, as it is in Wonderland. So the summit is the Wonderland. Well, yes. So that's what I would like to add about that. So if you have any questions, please contact Dolphin. She knows, and please make sure you build liquidity pools, because faith without action is what? According to James, faith without action is dead. Right? We want life things, life issues. As we have talked about today, our conversation today was about life. Life. Remember over there in Garden of Eden, there were two trees. One tree was called Tree of Life. Life is permanent, absolute. But then there was another tree known as the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Good and evil is relative. Whether it's good or evil is a relative. So just like the undertow, and that's good and evil. That's why that serpent, the serpent itself, is called Satan or devil or the king of the air, the prince of darkness. He resides on the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And I just want to tell you something, one finally, so you understand it. In the Old Testament or the Old Covenant, Covenant number 1, how what they were trying to depict, explain there in Genesis 2, is that the tree of life is about things that are absolute, things like education, family, career. Those are the permanent things of life. The tree of knowledge of good and evil are those things that come and go. Okay, this the undertow comes and goes. Those obeys the law of relative, the law of rhythm. It's not permanent. So when you find yourself engaging in the knowledge of good and evil, even in a relationship, so I say, oh, he's so bad, she's so bad. That's called knowledge of good and evil. That is what it was described there as committing the original sin. Original sin every day. So we commit original sin every day, but when you look at something, start judging it. Oh, it's good, it's evil. And that's what it's all about. It's about if you eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, then is eating the fruit of the tree of the poisonous, eating the fruit of the poisonous tree. And that is the whole bad thing. So we want to stay on life side of life instead of on the good and evil side of life, which is good and evil is relative because it obeys the laws of rhythm. And life itself is absolute. That's the tree of life. So if we stay there, we stay focused, then we understand the job of the actuate to stay on the side of life instead of the side of knowledge of good and evil. So knowledge of good and evil is not what people have misconstrued to say, oh, I know he's good, I know he's evil. Knowledge of good and evil is abandonment of life. It's departure from life. See that? You depart from life so you can be the one determining what is good and what is evil. And remember, what is good and what's evil is relative. So you don't want to be caught in that. So as a young woman, you want to choose life and say, I want to stay focused on education, and I don't focus on career. I want to focus on understanding money itself and how it matters to education and career and family, of course. Okay, so that's it. And these things now, when you come to the summit, between now, even before you come to the summit, make sure we keep talking about these things. First of all, by accumulating tokens, going to liquidity pools, creating liquidity, and then understanding more and more about investment so that when you come to the summit, you have things to talk about. Yeah, it's going to be a festival of talking. You are the ones going to be talking. It's not me. You'll be talking to people saying, hello, this is what I did. I went to a pancake swap and I did the following things. A, 1, 2, 3, I created so many liquid pools. I am highly liquid because I created so many liquid pools. Then we say, oh, and do you know I also went and did some staking? Say, what is that? And talk about yield farming. Yeah, I know that too. So those are the things you want to come and talk to people about and be saying, oh, they'll be asking you, yes, how did you do it? When people start asking you, how did you do it? You know you have customers. They'll be paying you for that knowledge. Okay, how did you do it? How did you do it? So I say, let me teach you. This is how you do it. But before I teach you, I want to earn some money. So anyway, basically, you are in the money because money is very much connected to that tree of life. Okay. So thank you so much. I think that's all I would like to say about these things. But the summit has gained a lot of support. Somewhat, it's surprising to me where the support's coming from. For example, this morning, early in the morning before even I woke up, for 2 hours, somebody was talking to me on the phone. Somebody I've not talked to for many, many years, like 3 decades or so, and was telling me that they want to participate in the summit. I said, how? Did you know about it? They're actually going to have a meeting this Saturday on the 28th in Nairobi at Bomas of Kenya to talk about how they're going to be participating in the Actuate Summit. He's in finance and investment, and they have developed companies, several companies that have done quite a bit of investments. He was telling me that now they are building a food processing plant in Kirinyaga. See that? He told me that, and so many other things have done. So I said, why Kirinyaga? He said, Kirinyaga received the most rainfall in East Africa, and there's water in every valley, and they're able to do a lot of horticulture, and fresh produce. They are very big in that, and there's good people. They have decided to invest their money in building a processing plant. So that is translation science, 100%. That they're actually building what we've been talking about, building, and so that's why they're very excited. They want to come into the summit and talk about all that good stuff, how they came to the point of building that type of processing plant in Kenya. And this is for people of Kenya. Okay, if you're not from Kenya, what are you gonna do? Okay, I think you buy shares out of them, or maybe buy Actuate token. So the key is now we figure out how to connect Actuate token with that food processing plant coming up in Kenya. Okay, these are things that are coming up because of the summit itself, and we're going to meet such people in the summit. So it's a big deal. Okay, so that's enough from me today. And let's meet again next week. Talk about all this good stuff. Back to you, Dolphin.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Dr. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay. So if there's no question, I guess we'll close the meeting. So thank you, Dr. for always finding time for us, taking your time for being here and sharing your knowledge with us. We really appreciate you. And also thank you, Diana, for the summit announcement. And I would also like to thank each and every one of you who have joined us today. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, so let's meet again next week as we'll be discussing Actuate tokens and the new mother. So yeah, thank you everyone. And also just a reminder for those who do not have a wallet address, kindly DM me so that I can assist you on creating a wallet address. So thank you everyone and have a lovely evening, and also for you, Dr. a lovely afternoon. So, and the meeting is adjourned.
Bye.